fly his boat down the back chute and takes the entrance pin now just about to the entrance pin of the North 200 right now on the outside. It is Greg Hopp putting a lot more pressure on him and laying a little more horsepower through the corner here, trying to catch up. He has pulled it within the rooster tail. Coming out of that corner now, he still has a wider course and clean water to run in, but Greg Hopp is not really catching him. He's just staying with him at this point. End of lap number 2. Jeff Bernard has your lead now. Here comes Greg. He's coming on strong now. He's coming on strong from the outside. He's drawing to within about a rooster tail now, about a quarter of a rooster tail. He's pulling, as you can see, from the outside to the apex of the corner, and let's see if he's got the boat speed coming out. He's got good water to run in.
Mike, he left a lot of room. I don't understand why he went so wide. I think if he would have stayed closer to him, closer to the inside, he could have won this race, but he went awfully wide on that corner, and I think it's going to cost him.
He's still putting the pressure on, though, as they come back into that north turn, turn number 2. He's now alongside. He noses out ahead at this point, but he's going to have a drag race on his hands to try to get Jeff Bernard at the start-finish line. Question is, who has the most horsepower? He's pulled virtually side by side. He's coming on strong. It looks like Greg Hopp may have it. It does look as though he has it. He wins, takes the checkered flag. Just by a boat length there at the end over Jeff Bernard.
Where did Fred Leland get this boat going so fast all of a sudden? They've been struggling not only this year, but they've been struggling for the last few years. But all of a sudden, this weekend, they're fast.
Boy, was that a finish. The number 3 of the boat is Cal Phipps. The number 4 is Ken Muscatel in the Car Pro. Mark Evans will be number 5, and number 6 will be the Matrix out of Pennsylvania.
And that last lap for the U100, the kettle, the Lay's kettle cooked, was 141 miles an hour in rough water. That's fast.
And on the outside.
And on the outside to boot. Yes, that's fast. Well, there was some dandy racing, and that shows you, of course, Chip, just exactly what's happening with the so-called Tier 2 boats, which are becoming quite a story here.
Well, Mike and Pat, I don't know about you, but this day is starting to unfold a lot differently than I thought it would. I thought really Oberto and the cutter boat were just simply going to walk away with it. But if we can see that start from the buoy again, I think we can really show what a start does for you. And, you know, both these drivers for Formula, Jeff Bernard and J. Michael Kelly, I think they're upping each other's game because they both want to be the first string driver on that team. And I think they're pushing each other to really great driving performances.
Well, that was certainly a great driving performance on the part of Greg Hopp. He just kept coming and coming. He's been out here so many years. He's tried so hard. Rarely has he had a piece of equipment underneath him like he has this morning.
You know what, I tend to talk a lot about the starts because I look at a driver separate from his boat. And the driver's job is to get a fast start, to be on time and get through the corner well. If he gets passed on the outside by a boat that's faster than him, there's really nothing he can do about that. So when I see a guy like Jeff Bernard get a start like that and hold off a faster boat for all but the last half of the straightaway, that tells me it's a great driving job.
Well, of course, also we are now sprint racing, obviously, with 3 laps and these very, very fast turbines. These have become sprint races. If you had 4 or 5 more laps to go, or the old days if you ran around 10 times for a 30-mile heat, things can change in that process. A lot of mechanical factors start to kick in. But right now, if you've got the bullet to go, and the 3 laps is all it's going to take, if you can get the position and manage to hold it for at least a half of those 3 laps, your chances of winning are pretty good.
And Chip, let me ask a question. We have seen Greg Hopp in years past running both, running the big boat and running the lights. Is this an advantage for the driver to be able to just focus on one thing?
It certainly would be for me. I would not have wanted to drive 2. I compliment Greg. He's done a great job of that, but I wouldn't want to do that. You know, again, if we can take a look at that start, I think it really demonstrates what a driver brings to the sport here. Now watch that clock and watch when that boat goes past these 2 buoys. There's 2 seconds, 1 second, 0. Yeah, he was a little later than I thought, but try to imagine at home timing a boat, a 6,000-pound boat going 190 miles an hour and try to get it that close to a specific spot at a specific time. I apologize, that start wasn't as good as J. Michael Kelly's, but still better than everybody else in that heat.
Well, and you can see here from our camera shot high above the pits, Chris Francis is now standing by. He's got Greg Hopp as Greg gets untangled and undone. He's all set as the unofficial winner of Heat 2B. Chris?
Well, Steve, I talked to him before the race, and he said, I got to produce. We just got this new sponsor, and you did it.
That's right. We got this new sponsor, Lay's Kettle Cook chips. And I was just saying that we got to produce so they can sell some produce. So everyone go out and buy a bag of Kettle's Cook chips, and we'll be all good.
How did you hunt him down at the last couple laps?
Well, I talked to you before the heat, and I remember, so we were Drew Lane 4. We put a really tall gearbox in it. Just a ton of boat speed coming from the outside.
All right, thanks, Greg. Guys, back to you.
Taking a look now, your unofficial results. There is the Lay's Kettle Cook boat, the U100, Formula Boats, Miss Jillian's Car Pros, the Washington Truck Dispatch, and the Matrix System. Unofficial results of Unlimited Heat 2B.
Heat 2B of the Albert Lee Cup at Seafair has been brought to you by Miele, world leader of appliances for over 110 years.
The Kettle Cooked, the Lay's Kettle Cooked, the Geico winner of Heat 2B. Remember, your search for the best car insurance isn't over until you check out Geico at geico.com.